Talking to TRX, current roster, so for 24, better than last year. Let's do a quick rundown. Quarterback, I'm going to say yes. Running back, I'm going to say push to slight advantage in 24. So there's that. Wide receiver, I think the talent at the position is higher, but I was more comfortable with the prior performances of the guys coming back. So I want to say that's a push right now. It could be better just because, like, yeah, we have, Nykar and JoJo Trader in the room that we didn't have last year. Tight end, I mean, tight end is going to have to be better because you have all the guys back and you add Elijah Lofton. Offensive line, did a great job recruiting. You lose 2 guys to the NFL, but you replace 1 with the transfer. And the Washington kid did not end up coming to Miami, which is okay. But we have options there. I'm going to say slight advantage to last year, pending who starts at left guard. Or if we kick Jalen Rivers back inside and then start Markel Bell or Pancake Okunlola. So slight advantage to 23 on the offensive line. Defensive line, slight advantage to 24. Just because advantage to 24 because 23, that was a walking mash unit. Linebacker, better in 24. Although KJ Cloyd did a damn good job. And, I know Corey Flagg was embattled, but he made some great plays, including the game winner against Clemson. But overall, especially with the young players taking a step forward and the guys we added in recruiting, I like 24 better. Cornerback, big advantage to 23. I'm really concerned about cornerback, to be perfectly honest. And then safety, advantage to 23 just because it was Cam and James. Kicking, we still have Borregales, and we have, more, from the punter as well. Special teams, I'd say advantage to 23 because Brashard was back there. I want to see what happens with whoever replaces him on the return game. So overall, I think I gave more positions higher rated in 24. But again, like the initial conversation about, the win-loss and the statistical matchups between Miami and Florida State over the last 20 years or 25 years or whatever, it's very close. It's not a blowout, but I would say slight lean to 24, particularly because of the quarterback position.
And this is where coaching and development comes into play, because if it's a push or even if it's a slight disadvantage to the current crop, because you're always losing at a major school, you're always losing more proven talent, obviously, moving on through graduation or the NFL draft than you are gaining in proven talent. And none of these guys are proven. Now, you could have the number 3 class in the country or a top 5 class like Miami with a ton of potential. And then, of course, the transfer portal provides us with another X factor there that we didn't have to consider before. But everyone on this roster that was here in 23, moving to 24, if they're being coached and developed and they're applying themselves, they should be better players this fall.
Big thanks, and I mean, we obviously saw the in-season development of Ruben Bain, but like, what does Jaden Wayne look like with another offseason? You know what I mean? What did the freshman linebackers who ended up getting in, Marcellus Pulliam, Popo Aguirre, what do they look like? Malik Bryant, who I don't think saw the field at all, as a 4-star All-American linebacker, right? Combo guy who can, play off the ball and can also go in and edge rush. Let's see him with another year of development, So, yeah, I'm going to say slight advantage to 24. But yeah, hopefully everybody takes a step forward, and the guys who've, made their performances, the level of performance known, like a Cam Ward, continue to play to that level, and hey, even raise that level. Because again, go back and look at last week's conversation about the schedule. The schedule is there for big things this season. And, just like what I was saying for the Lions playoff run all the way from week 15, because that's when I started saying every game is a playoff game because we had to win in week 15 to win the division, and we did, and da-da-da. But it takes every player, every play, every second of the game. And it takes every player every day, every session of weights. It takes, your nutrition. It takes your sleep and recovery. It takes your study. It takes every player being fully bought in, not just when we get to the opener on my cousin's birthday, August the 31st, but from now. Like, that's how, teams sustain greatness across seasons. Like Georgia, they didn't just all of a sudden one day turn it on. Alabama, for the run with Nick Saban, they didn't just one day turn it on. It has to be consistent buy-in and like singular focus. And, we'll see if that's what Miami has. I know that they've already started the off-season conditioning program. But yeah, that's what it's going to take. And hopefully this roster, which, I think is better than last year's, to Falconer's point. So the short story long is we agree that, yeah, this roster is better than last year's. And hopefully we're able to take advantage of that in terms of wins.